Welcome to Boys in the Berg, the podcast all about Pittsburgh, these boys, and today about food.
Kennywood's open.
We are talking all about some March Madness, some Kennywood food, and buddy, I can't wait to get into it. How about you?
No, we DNA digivolved March Madness and Kennywood food. So, March Madness, my bracket's already broken. I don't care anymore. It is what it is.
There's zero. There was 24 million brackets and zero made it again this year. Like, it's going to be like that forever.
Well, I had a bracket. It was going about, and me not watching basketball this year was complete guesses. And I really got 90, like it was 92% until it got to the Sweet 16. Now I'm down to like 70.
Oh man. I have one bracket that I'm a University of North Carolina Tar Heel fan, and it pains me to say this, but because Robert Morris in Pittsburgh is out, UNCW, which is our local UNC college, is out, UNC is out, there's only one left, and it's Duke. So I gotta cheer for Duke, even though I don't want to.
You do gotta cheer for Duke. It's either always Duke, Villanova, UConn, which UConn's out now, or North Carolina. I looked at that, and it's like literally those four teams almost every year.
Did you see how angry the UConn coach was?
Yeah, he was so angry.
Right?
But today, we are combining everything. March Madness, because when we first started this podcast, we did an episode called March Madness Kennywood Rides, which I thought was a very fun episode.
It was a fun episode. It was cool breaking everything down.
And now we have an episode where it's about Kennywood food, where I have it separated into two categories, and you'll hear a lot of paper flipping today on the microphone, is going to be two sections, and I'll explain the rankings. And I cut you off. Are you saying something?
No, I was just going to say that we have Kennywood news as well, because Kennywood has been in the news recently with all their new things that are going on, like new owners and new stuff that's happening.
Dollywood.
Good old... Well, I don't want to get into all of it quite yet, because I have a lot to say about it, but you, please tell us, what were you going to say?
Okay, so the March Madness tournament of Kennywood food. Hooray! Kennywood's open! And we have it separated into two different sections. One, savory/meal, and two, sweet/snack. There are only 12 food items that I really found that were worth adding this onto the list. And I don't have any ground rules or anything. At first I was going to make it like per place, but these are pretty solid options. So we'll kind of break it down, and I'll kind of give how it's ranked on the savory and meal side. Are you ready for these rankings?
Are you ready for my reactions?
Yes. So there's going to be 6 teams, or 6 seeds on the savory meal side. And number 3 and 4 will play each other to get into... Number 3 and 4 will play each other for the play-in bracket to face number 2, and 5 and 6 will play into the play-in bracket to face number 1. So, does that make sense?
Makes sense to me.
All right, it's the same on the other side. So, number 1, ranked. It's like, I feel like it's like Space Jam, like introducing the teams. Number 1, the Potato Patch Fries.
It's the goat! The goat!
Number 2, the Corn Dog.
Oh, the OG. Oh my God, corn dogs.
Number 3, a newcomer, the Permanente Sandwich.
Which, out of left field with these bars and Permanentes, man.
I know they got Jeter's bar now and everything, and...
Yeah.
I need to revisit it again. Number 4, from the random pagoda in the middle of the park that has nothing to do with Asian culture, the Hot Sausage.
I forgot about that.
Number 5, Pedro's Tacos.
A classic that no one knows about.
And number 6, an underrated food item, the pizza slice at the Pizza Warehouse.
I was surprised when I saw that on there because it's underrated. It's so good.
And that's why it's a number 6. Now it's on to the sweet and snack side. Coming in at number 1, the chocolate dipped ice cream.
Oh baby.
And
Nice
you
hot
should say the
day.
goat for that one.
What's that?
The goat.
You think that's worthy of the goat?
I think it's worthy of the goat.
Okay, all right. Well,
It's the goat! The goat!
Number 2. Was there a lot of bias in me picking number 2? Sure was. The Dippin' Dots.
Dippin' Dots is a classic no matter where you're at.
It is. The number 3 item. You can't leave the park without it. The fudge.
That's true. But we'll talk about that more in a second here.
Mhm.
The fudge shop or just the fudge?
No, fudge shop. Just any fudge.
Cool.
Number 5.
Fudge judge.
Number 5. Are you ready for diabetes? The funnel cake.
Ooh, such a good one.
I say 5. That's number 4. 4. Number 5. Another underrated item. And I was trying to figure out what stand it was, and I forget which one it is, but we'll find out. Popcorn.
I absolutely wrote these rankings down wrong on my side here, so I'm so happy you're reading these out loud so I can correct them as we go.
Well, on the online bracket, it made me rank 1 through 12. So when you see the picture on Instagram, it's going to be all weird. But this is how I see it on my paper. But number 6, cotton candy.
Cotton candy.
So
I love it.
Let's begin. For who wants to play? What do you want to start on? What side?
Well, I mean, whenever you, Chris Speranza, look at food, are you more of a savory or a sweet person?
Ooh, I'm actually sweet. Like I am as I've gotten older, like ice cream and like cookies, like I crave all the time.
Okay. All right. Now I'm the opposite. I'm a savory fan. If it's a choice between like a sandwich or ice cream, I'm going with that sandwich.
So here's the other thing that we're gonna have to do because we don't have a third person that's a deciding factor. We have to come to a conclusion.
Yes.
And that's how it has to work because there's no other way I could think of doing this.
I think we can do this though because we have two different tastes. We can have conversations and not yell at people like UConn did.
Yes. Okay, we will do it. Let's do you. Let's start on the savory side since you said you were a savory boy.
Me? Let's do it.
So we'll go back and forth. We'll start with savory, then we'll go over to the sweet, back to savory, back to sweet. Sound good?
Yeah, I'm down for it. Let's do it.
All
What
right.
are we gonna call these the east and the west or the northeast and the southwest?
Or Kanye West?
You know what? We're just gonna call them as we see them.
Okay, so first up,
do we have fish sticks on here by chance?
I'm not moving on. So first we have going to be on the savory and meal side. So the winner of this matchup, because these are lower seeded items, and yes, I just realized I should have put 3 against 6, but I didn't. But we're going to do it this way. So we got number 5, Pedro's Tacos, versus number 6, the Pizza Slice, and the winner takes on the Potato Patch Fries. So let's begin. Go.
So Pedro's or the Pizza Slice?
Yes.
Dang, man. Listen, I gotta be honest with you. Like, is there anything better than a walking taco when you're at an amusement park and it's easy to carry with you? But then that pizza slice is like Pittsburgh style. You can fold it and walk.
I've had Pedro's Tacos only one time, and it was a very long time ago. Like, where is that stand located? If we're thinking,
It is right by the Big Kahuna where that thing used to be.
Okay, so
by the Phantom. But when you walk past it to go to the Phantom.
Okay, I've only had it one time, mostly because I think it's closed all the time.
Because no one's ever there.
And I think it's had different locations too. Unless it's always been by the Phantom. But I feel like that was a different thing at one point.
I feel like they did change a few things around, but to my knowledge, Pedro's has always been around that area. It's like where all those vending machines are at, right outside of Lost Kennywood, where they spray you in the summertime.
Yeah. Okay.
You know what I'm talking about?
No, I know what you're talking about. I'm gonna spray you.
You know, spray you in the summertime. The nice spritzer.
I I'm picking the underrated choice. I'm picking the pizza slice because that was literally the most recent thing that I've had, and it was at Fright Night, and it was just like it had no line. It was just they heated it up. What I don't know if I liked it now.
Let me tell you this. Let me throw a little curveball in there. So at Pedro's, you can get an icy with tequila now.
Hmm? Oh, then. Well, we're talking about food though. Oh,
Oh shoot, you're right. Well, I mean,
that's a good
I'm
idea.
assuming what is there anything better than a slice of pizza and like a Coke or a Sprite on a hot day?
No, that's pretty good too. But I haven't had Pedro's in so long, which defeats the purpose of me adding this on the list.
Join us next week after we go to Kennywood and try all this food out. I'm going pizza slice too, dude. I mean, Pedro's is great. It really is good, but slice of pizza is pretty good for any type of amusement park.
That is true. The pizza slice is the winner. Then we will move it on.
Pizza's gonna face the French fries. Is that right?
Yep, potato patch fries. A 6 versus a 1. Okay, on to the next one.
Is it going to be a Cinderella story for pizza? We'll find out.
And so we're back onto the sweet and snack side. Popcorn versus cotton candy to face chocolate dipped ice cream. Now, these are two very generic ones. But the last time I've had cotton candy, I had to have been like 14 years old.
That's like, I feel like popcorn is like, so when you think about amusement park food, I think, what can I take with me? And I feel like popcorn's buttery. You're going to have to wipe it on something. Cotton candy sticky. You're going to have to wipe it on something. So they're very similar. So I'm kind of happy they're in the same category.
See, last time I went to Fright Night, I bought popcorn, like butter popcorn. There's a stand that had like regular butter, caramel, and cheddar, and all those different ones. And I did eat it on the way home, and I did wipe it on my jeans.
I think that's why popcorn's got to be a winner, because I feel like cotton candy is more of your quintessential like sweet snack, but like for kids.
But as a child, yeah, I was about to say this is really for like the children. Like cotton candy is really just for them.
I mean, it's for adults too, but I don't know about you. I would rather have popcorn than cotton candy.
And popcorn, we both agree on.
Popcorn, it is.
It is decided.
It is. See, look, we're doing pretty good so far.
Yeah. See, just
we thought this was gonna be a big deal.
5 popcorn. All right, we are going back to the savory meal side. So we have the newcomer, the Permanente sandwich, taking on the Random Pagoda hot sausage.
Dude, I gotta tell you, I cannot place a Permane Brothers in an amusement park. So off the bat, I'm kind of rolling with this hot sausage, even though you can get a Permane's with hot sausage.
So the Permane's, and I looked it up last time I kind of was there. The Permane's is big. So here's the story. I met up with my cousin Andy, former Boys in the Berg member,
Yeah,
still
buddy.
is for life. And
He is.
I was at Fright Night, and he was supposed to meet up with me, and it was a busy day, and I was by myself because he was running late, and I just walked around and checked everything out, and Andy texted me and was just like, "Where are you at?" And I'm like, "I'm at the newest Kennywood attraction, Spinner Vasion," and he went, "The what?"
Continue, because I don't know what that is either.
And so I rode that ride, and so I located where Permane Brothers was. I located where Jeter's Pub was, and I did all that. So Permane Brothers is basically by the small fries stand, and
Oh,
it's not there, but when you walk along the other side, and in Fright Night, it's called like oh no, it's not the hillbilly one. It's like a really weird one. The haunted house, the haunted section where you're walking down to get to the exterminator.
Yeah, it's like well, it was Zombie one year, I think. They always have the toilet that sprays you when you walk by it.
Yes, that's where Permanis is, where the toilet is spraying you.
Oh, get out of here! That was where the fried Oreos was at.
Yeah, so it is along there. So
Rest
that
in peace, fried Oreos. You would have won.
yeah, so I'm glad we located the Permanis. Hot sausage wins, I think.
Yeah. I mean, what do you feel about that? Like I know Permanis is newer to Kennywood, but like if you had the choice to get in that hot sausage that's been grilled there for what since the 20s,
It's a classic. Uh,
right?
it's a classic though. I think when I think of Kennywood, I don't know, a Permani sandwich is too much, like on a hot day.
I
And the
agree
hot
with you.
sausages too, but like I don't know.
It goes back to can you carry it around the park? I know you could sit down and eat. Obviously, there's always that option, but I'm not carrying out a Permani Brothers sandwich. I'm sitting down and eat my. I'm gonna sit down and eat that bad boy. Sausage. I feel like you can take that and go.
You can. So it's been a while since I've had that sausage. When I was a pass holder, on the other side there was ice cream, and they had like a free ice cream day. That was pretty cool.
Ooh, nice.
Yeah. Okay. Hot sausage.
Hot sausage.
Hot sausage. Hot chocolate. All right.
I just like too how there's that another hot sausage stand over by the where the corn dogs are at. It's like corn dogs and what is it? Corn dogs and the potato patch. And it's always this giant like big thing all wrapped around on the grill. And every time I see it, I'm like, buddy, I want that right now.
So I found out I don't. This is why we got to have someone on. I think the corn dog is no longer made in that center section by like the turtle and everything. I think it's just exclusively funnel cake.
That's crazy actually, because that was like it was on Rick Sebek's show. It was that was where it was at.
Yeah. So I think it's just in that midway. It's like it's the first place that you hit up, like on the way into the park. Like, and you got to go to Kennywood again. Like they have, and now that Dollywood bought it, it's probably going to be even more better. But like, basically, you walk through. There's a coffee place and everything, which I haven't had the coffee there yet, which I really want some. Last time I went to get it, it was a huge line.
Once we get to the final two, we'll break down some Dollywood stuff.
Yeah. So okay.
To build the anticipation.
So hot sausage will face the corn dog. Oh, that's a good one.
That is a good one.
Shit. Okay, so next we have the funnel cake versus fudge to take on the number 2 spot Dippin' Dots. Now,
I feel. What were you gonna say?
Oh, we got a lot to say.
I know, dude. So when you think fudge, you think, especially Kennywood, it's very niche to Kennywood. You're walking out, the goodnight song's playing. What's the last thing you're doing before you walk out that gate?
I think you look at the good night sign and you say, no, not yet. And then you go into the fudge place.
I'm not ready to end my night. I'm going to get some fudge or my favorite chocolate covered pretzels.
Yeah, because I'm not like a fudge person. I feel like I go in there and I look for it, and they have the most ridiculous size, probably stale, like gummy bear that's like the size of it's like the size of like my computer right now. That's huge. And then there's like, oh, you get a gummy snake. Well, how long's the snake? 7 feet long.
I will get diabetes looking at that thing.
Do you want a giant lolly?
Yeah, I mean, it's a cool shop, and the fudge is actually really, really good.
Yeah. So, but funnel cake. Now, for some reason, I relate funnel cake more to Idlewild rather than Kennywood.
Really?
Because I think we had it as a kid one time, and I think Idlewild, they plus it up. Like, they got like strawberries and whipped cream on it and everything.
They do that at Kennywood too. I just don't think we see it that often.
Well, they have the whole Kennywood stand dedicated, like, funnel cake stand dedicated right in that middle area where we talked about the corn dogs being made at, that they don't make anymore.
I mean, when you think of a music, this is going to be hard to beat because I feel like fudge is a very like the fudge shop is very niche to Kennywood. What's the other stuff called? Funnel cakes. Oh my god, I'm so sorry, guys. Funnel cake is like amusement parks across the country. That's like when you think of like going to amusement park, super hot day, get some funnel cake with some ice cream or sprayed up whipped stuff on it. Oh, buddy, is there anything that beats that?
Yes, there is one thing: getting fudge leaving the park.
In the same family as funnel cakes, which I can't believe I forgot the name funnel cake. Sorry. Have you ever had an elephant ear?
Yes, but I don't remember what it tastes like.
It's basically like a thick, large funnel cake, just covered in um, powder. It's really good, but we're not talking about that right now.
Yes. All right, we gotta come to a decision: fudge or funnel cake.
Hmm.
I only say fudge because it's nostalgic, and I don't get much funnel cake at the parks.
You know what? I'm gonna agree with you because this is a final. This is a March Madness about Kennywood, not about amusement parks.
Exactly. So the Good Night Fudge is the winner. All right, we're 20 minutes in. Our episodes usually go about an hour, so let's see how far we could get with this. All right. So you want to do the number 1 matchup, or you want to do the number 2 matchup first in savory?
Let's go number 1.
All right.
Let's just jump right in.
I think it's going to be a blowout. It's going to be the potato patch fries versus the pizza slice.
This is pretty much like Alabama versus UNCW. This is Duke. This is Duke versus Robert Morris.
This is Duke versus Duquesne.
Against Penn Trafford High School is Duke against Penn Trafford High School right here. Pizza's pizza. I mean, potato patch fries. Man, they're just gonna dunk on them all night.
Yeah, they really are. I mean, there's nothing beats bacon and cheddar.
Yeah, total dunk right over top. Okay.
Alley-oop.
Alley-oop.
All right, potato patch fries wins. That's an easy one. Yeah, this was my problem with like making these brackets. Is just like I was afraid that like 1 and 2 is just gonna freaking sweep, like as always. Because remember our big bracket that we had about the Kennywood rides, like Phantom's Revenge ended up winning in the end, but it did have a good competitor of the Pitfall.
Didn't the Turtles make it pretty far too?
The Turtles did make it very far.
Yeah, like I didn't think I would ever agree that fudge beats funnel cake, but here we are. And if you disagree out there and you're listening to this podcast and you have social media, you better come at us. We want to hear your voices. We want to know.
Yeah, come at me, bro.
Yeah, let us know. Let the people know.
Here we go. So on to the sweet side. We have got the chocolate dipped ice cream cone versus popcorn. Now, if for people who don't know what this is, it's basically a square piece of ice cream that they just have, and they put it on this cone. And
They just have it.
they just have it. Like you can't scoop ice cream. Like you only scoop ice cream. They have to like pre-make this already.
Yeah.
And they dip it in. I don't know if there's a cherry option, but I think it's just chocolate. They dip it in this chocolate that's like hot, and they take it out, and they go, "What do you want me to like lather this thing in? Peanuts or sprinkles?" And you just go,
They're called Jimmy's, Chris.
Jimmy's, I'm sorry. And they go, and I go sprinkles because I love sprinkles. And they put it on there, and then they take it off, and then they put a cherry on top, and then you eat it, and you just,
The irony that it's attached to the pizza place.
I'm going back. No, it's kind of on its own because it's got, and it's a very iconic stand. It's got a giant like WWE SmackDown fist just sticking out, holding an ice cream cone.
That's true. I mean, the pizza place is like around the corner, but it is that now that is quintessential. Like that is when you think Kennywood, that's like a treat you gotta have.
Yeah. So does popcorn have a chance?
I don't think so.
I don't think so either. Let's just make it how it is. Cinderella story gone.
Ice cream.
But both of the big ones are gone. I'm gonna call this the CDIC.
CDIC?
Chocolate dipped ice cream cone.
I like it. I just put ice cream.
Yeah. It's not just ice cream.
It is not. They just have these square ice creams. That's the best description I've ever heard.
This is a tough one because these are two Kennywood classics. We got the corn dog versus the hot sausage.
That is tough because they're basically the same thing, just delivered differently.
Yeah. Uh the corn dog. So let me go back to what you were saying. Like, what is something you can just carry around with you in the park?
Mm-hmm.
And how else would I feel like a beaver just biting off the very end pieces after I finish the corn dog?
Well, now I don't know how they do it in other amusement parks, but with Kennywood, they like if you want mustard, they douse that bad boy in mustard. Well, wait, did they stop doing that?
How about this? Let's just use nostalgia for this.
Okay, perfect. Well, they used to you can dip it in like nacho cheese. They used to douse it in ketchup and mustard. Like you can get it slathered and so whenever you're walking around, it's just gonna drip all over your hand anyway.
Yeah. So you're able to like douse it in ketchup. Like I think they like brushed it on there, like ketchup on one side and mustard on the other.
I think they did, and that the case or the breading they use is like it's like the thickness of oh my gosh, I can't even think of it. Cornbread. It's like the thickness of cornbread. It's so good and light.
Yeah. So the hot sausage, what does that? How does that stack up against the corn dog? I would say the hot sausage probably has more of a hot flavor to it, I guess. Because if I remember, it is hot.
It is. It is very hot. I think you can get hot or sweet, and you can get peppers or no peppers, which is kind of cool. Like, but whenever you walk past the corn dog stand, you smell the corn dog. When you walk past the sausage stand, you smell the sausage. So, like, if they're right next to each other, which one are you going towards?
So I think I'm gonna have to go with the Rick Seebeck. Think we're gonna go with I will go with corn dog.
I think I agree with you. Corn dog's gonna have to win this one.
Corn dog it is. So we got a number 1 and a number 2 facing each other for the semifinals. We got the potato patch fries versus the corn dog. We won't do that yet. We got one more on the sweet side.
Let's hear it.
Dippin' Dots versus fudge.
Oh man.
There now, talk about your competition. You're leaving the park and you got the fudge stand open there and you got the Dippin' Dot stand right next to the skyrocket.
Literally right across the walkway.
As the very angry teen is like, I just want to close for the day.
Now I will say, now if we're looking at it like that, when you're walking out of the park, you know there's going to be fudge. You know your favorite fudge is going to be in that shop. You don't know how much of your favorite ice cream is left at Dippin' Dots. They may not have any more cookies and cream.
That is true. And probably the best place to work in of an amusement park because on a hot day, it's nice and cold in there.
Mm-hmm.
And you don't have to like kill your wrist scooping the ice cream. All you got to do is just take this, ice, the thing that bartenders use to get ice, and you just use it. You just grab the Dippin' Dots. It's expensive, so no one's going to complain about the price. And you just put it in the bowl. So, I mean, you got banana split. You got cookies and cream. You got rainbow sherbet. You got, I think there might have been like a red, white, and blue one at one point. Vanilla, chocolate. Personally, I am a banana split person.
Oh, are you? Okay.
I love the banana split.
I'm a classic chocolate guy.
Yeah. Now, is it still of the future of ice cream, even though it is the future?
Well, it's a future we haven't seen, except when we go to Dippin' Dots.
Exactly.
Dude, and that's something we didn't look at with the other. Like we looked at nostalgia, but not the price. Like if you're like, I got like $50 left. Like
I'm not looking at the price of the fudge because you can't look at the price. It's just the fudge is there, and then when they cut it, whenever they give it to you, it is what it is.
Like, that's the price. That's what you're paying.
And Dippin' Dots, you see the cost right there, and it's futuristic.
It's true, but is it quintessential to Kennywood?
That's a good point.
right? Like
Because
you can get Dippin' Dots pretty much anywhere,
you can even get it like the zoo.
right? You can PPG, what is it? PPG Place or the oh my guys, I'm so sorry.
PBG Paints Arena.
Thank you. You can get it there anytime, and it just tastes like normal ice cream because you're already gonna get cold.
I used my authority to put Dippin' Dots at number 2, and I think I have to go with the fudge.
Yeah, me too.
Jeez.
I knew you were pulling for Dippin' Dots because obviously Dippin' Dots is amazing, but I was like, I don't know. There's just something missing there.
Well, maybe Dippin' Dots is so good that they have to have them everywhere, which is why we're past it.
I mean, you're not wrong. They are really good. So like, but yeah, I definitely think Fudge Shop because you can get ice cream at the Fudge Shop too.
Can you?
Yeah, they just randomly have ice cream there that you can that's square when you pull it out.
But like with the 7-foot long gummy snake?
I don't think it's soft serve. I think it's like frozen sandwiches and stuff. But they definitely have a little
Oh,
for cooler in there.
yeah, they have that. It's not like on a cruise ship where they're just like, oh, look at all these selections. It's not like cold. It's not like Cold Stone.
One day we'll have our episode where we break down different cruises that we've been on because I really want to hear about the different ice creams that were on your Disney cruise.
We're getting close to summertime, so we'll definitely do that cruise ship episode.
Yeah, Kennywood opens April 12th.
Yeah, for Easter.
Yeah, Idlewild opens May 17th. Sandcastle opens May 24th.
Yeah, but WrestleMania is happening over Easter weekend, so I can't go to Kennywood during that time.
You're right. There's much more important things going on, like John Cena.
John Cena turning heel and facing Cody Rhodes because
the irony that our pastor said that Easter is like WrestleMania for Christians, and I was like, funny you say that.
Do you look at the calendar lately?
Ironically.
All right. So these are two heavy hitters here. Number 1 seeded Potato Patch Fries versus number 2 seeded Corn Dog. Who wants to start?
This is tough. This is really tough because the obvious pick is like, well, it's Duke. Come on, it's Potato Patch French fries.
Yeah, but
Corn
Dog's like Wisconsin.
Yeah, they're like that sneaky one that you never thought would get that high into the rankings.
It's like Arkansas this year.
Yeah. Oh my gosh, where did they come from?
I don't know. Arkansas.
Doy. Now, I do want to mention this as we're getting later into the series now, or into the bracket. The options you have with the corn dog is not as much as options with the potato patch fries. Because you can do ketchup, you can do cheese and bacon, you can do like butter or vinegar. You can do a bunch of weird stuff with the French fries, where with you're kind of limited with the corn dogs.
That's true. And also the video, which it might be on Kennywood Memories, of how the potato patch fries are made. Like the giant thing that just slices. Have you ever tried to cut a potato? Well, yellow potatoes, they're not that hard to cut. But like...
No, but they're still annoying to cut.
Yeah, but like a sweet potato, that's hard to cut.
Yes, it is.
But like these people are taking this like lever from like the medieval times and just pushing it through another one, and like potatoes are cheap, man. Like
they are, but they're so good. And I think that's another level of love. If they change the batter for corn dogs, no one would blink an eye. But they changed the cheese 1 year for potato patch, and people were ready to boycott Kennywood.
Give me that fake yellow cheese. I want it.
Literally, it was like 2012 or 13. They were like, no. You will bring our cheese back, or else we were going to boycott your amusement park.
So here's another thing. I went with Kennywood with our mom one time because I was a pass holder, and I was like, Mom, you want to go? And she's like, yeah. I'm like, okay.
Oh, you took her on a date. That's fun.
And we went to the potato patch fries, and you know how Mom is honest. And she looked at
with everything.
She's just like, $10 for French fries, like out loud like that. I'm like, oh my god, you're in an amusement park. It's gonna be $10. But now it comes down to JJ. Does the price matter?
You know what? You said it best. You're at an amusement park. You know what you're expecting. You bring a little extra money, knowing you're gonna pay. You would probably for potato patch French fries. You'd probably pay like what, $5, maybe $6 at a restaurant. Like you're paying 13, 14, $15 for French fries. Like it's expensive, but I feel like they know that, and they're like, no, no, this is potato patch. Like this is what you're paying for the potato patch name.
Yeah. And the French fries, like they're and when you go to Permanente Brothers, right away you're eating the French
Mhm.
fries, and you go, "Oh, these are Kennywood fries."
Yeah, I think the same thing. Yeah. I think that anytime I have like regular French fries that aren't like battered or something, I'm like, oh wow, these are really good.
All right. Potato patch fries or corn dog?
I think we know the winner here.
The PPF.
The Pete hot sausage out of nowhere with a chair.
And wait a minute, Pizza Slice is putting in his money in the bank.
Do you remember whenever Madden used to have mulligans? So you could run a play and like have an interception and you can hit mulligan and it'll just replay the play for you?
Really?
It used to be a thing like back in the early 2000s.
That's funny. But potato patch fries is in the finals. Duke has made it again.
Once more. Are they going to play Florida State? We'll see.
That's right. So we got the chocolate dipped ice cream cone versus really the Cinderella story fudge.
This is tough.
But are we really doing it as fudge, or are we just doing the whole shop now at this point?
It feels like we're doing the whole shop.
Yeah.
At the same time, if we're doing the whole ice cream shop, there's a lot of stuff they got in there too.
There's a lot of ice cream, but it's just like soft serve. Like it, you get soft serve anywhere. This chocolate dip cone, they just have squares just sitting there.
Oh my god. There's just a fairy that comes and drops them off.
So, chocolate dip cone or fudge? See, I have a very, very funny moment with the chocolate dip cone. Like I haven't had one in a long time, and I got one like a year ago or so. And Carissa took a picture of me eating it, and my god, did I look so yinzer.
What makes you look so yinzer?
Well, I went to the little section where they have bleachers and everything for shows that just get rotated through all the time.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
And I just ate it there because there was nobody there in front of me. And just, just having the hard chocolate just fall on the ground and everything, and just... And Carissa took a photo to send out to people for my 30th birthday. Like, hey, Chris wanted to go to Epcot, but that's not going to happen. So we're going to Kennywood.
He's going to angrily eat this ice cream.
So I have a little nostalgia with that chocolate dipped ice cream. But the fudge, I feel like we are just categorizing that.
I feel like we are too. And if we're going to really break it down and niche it, I mean, the fudge is cool, but ice cream, it's like, man, we're in we're in Kennywood. It's 12 o'clock. We just ate some French fries. I'm still kind of hungry, but like, I just need something really cold because it's so hot out here.
Mm-hmm.
What you going for? You going for that fudge?
Because fudge you only eat... Because the fudge shop, when is that really visited?
Rarely. Well, the lockers are there, so maybe like when you're putting your stuff away. But besides that, like the end of the night when you're popping in real quick.
Hmm. Who uses lockers in Kennywood? Like
a lot of people, yeah. Especially
it's not
if
like
you
there's
like...
a pool there, like in Idlewild. Like, why do you need a locker?
I don't know. People use them though. People seem to like it.
I don't know. I don't have kids. That's probably the difference.
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie to you, dude. I'm going ice cream. I think that ice cream shop is like you said earlier, the smackdown fist coming out of the wall with the ice cream in its hand. Like I see that and I'm like, oh man, okay, I'm ready. Now, if you disagree, it's okay. Like we can still talk about this.
Yeah. Let's talk for a second. So the fudge. But how many times do you really get the fudge? Like, do you leave and you say, I have to have fudge?
No.
Do you leave and want a 7-foot long gummy snake?
Well, that's, like sometimes we don't have to stop there. Like, yeah, we said earlier that it's like, oh yeah, you're leaving. You want to stop there. You want to, but you really don't have to. Like,
but does it
fudge.
become like a museum at some point? Like just a place to walk through?
I think it does. Yeah.
Okay, I'm going with the chocolate cone.
Yay!
All right. The two heavy hitters. We got Florida versus Duke. So,
And I feel like these are two very strong, like sweet and savory. Like they're very classic Pittsburgh. They're very much like they're just perfect for for the final game.
yeah, the PPF versus the CDIC. So,
That's right. And we got about it's 40 minutes. Do you want me to get into anything or do you just want to start talking about this?
I was about to say, let's take a little break for a second. Like, what
Okay.
what are some stuff you want to say?
Yeah, so I'll bust through this pretty quickly here. This is all per the Pittsburgh Post Gazette. Kennywood, Idlewild, and Soak Zone and Sandcastle were purchased from Park. Okay, so this is back in 2007. They were purchased from Parques Reunidos, which is a Madrid-based parent company. So that's over in Spain, Mexico. Like
And I guess their American version of it is Palace Entertainment.
yes, Palace Entertainment is one of the parent companies of it.
Because I know that because I used to work for them. Like when I worked at that.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
so this was back in 2007. So from this company, last month, or I guess a couple weeks ago. Oh no, you're right. A company of Palace Entertainment. You're right. Okay, so Palace Entertainment was the main company. Under them was this Madrid-based company. So good call, Chris. You're right. They sold to Herschend, which is a company that owns. Are you ready for what they own?
Oh, good. I know Dollywood and Silver Dollar City. That's about all I know.
Yes, they own the Harlem Globetrotters,
What?
the Pink Adventure Tours in Las Vegas, and the Grand Canyon.
They own the Grand Canyon?
They own the touring group that goes out there, like in pink Jeeps.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Yeah.
What?
They also own Pirates Voyage in Myrtle Beach.
No way.
Yeah,
No
dude.
way.
And
The
so many more
pirate
companies.
themed restaurants?
Yeah, they do a pirate show, and you pay one price, and you get your dinner. It's like a 4-course meal, and you watch a pirate show take place.
Wow. What else? Tell me more.
They also purchased 20 other amusement parks in the same deal,
Mhm.
including Dutch Wonderland in Lancaster and Lake Compounce in Connecticut, which was the first amusement park in the United States.
So, in other words, go on Palace Entertainment's website and everything that's on there, they own now. I don't know if they own the Cartoon Network Hotel because that was also under their name, but
Oh,
like everything that was under Palace Entertainment, that's an amusement park. It belongs to Dolly Parton now.
let's talk about Dolly Parton. I in the article they were like, they literally said Dolly Parton is aware how special like Kennywood is to Pittsburghers. It was like, why does she care? Like,
Even something crazier, the Disney podcast I listened to called The Disney Dish with you don't know who these people are, but like Jim Hill and Len Testa, who are two huge theme park journalists. They even mentioned this sale like on their podcast.
whoa! Did you say Lynn Testa?
Len Testa, Len.
He's the
Not like your friend, Tony
oh,
Testa, who's the best.
he's the best. Forget the rest. Uh, guess how much this deal went for? Like, how much money did this company pay for these amusement parks?
It's definitely not billions.
Not billions,
Okay,
but darn near close.
yeah, I'm gonna say like. Let me make a good guess here. Is it? Can I use a solid number? Like, would a solid number work?
Yes, yeah, I rounded up.
400 million.
Oh, you're close, like super close.
500?
500 million.
Wow.
I saw you going for the 5 and you were like, "Ooh, that's too high." And you were right.
Too
$500 million.
generic.
Yeah. Obviously they didn't actually come out and say how much it was, but like, Pittsburgh Post Gazette and the Tribune Review, that's like their estimation of what was purchased.
Yeah, that's wild. And in this economy, you feel like 500 million like barely buys like Kennywood.
I know, right?
Like they're spending a lot of money to like refix that steel coaster, the steel curtain, and yeah, I feel like that's like $500 million itself.
I'm so happy you said that because I have a quick list of things I hope get fixed.
Okay, go ahead.
Fix the Steelers roller coaster ride. All caps. Get it done. I've been to that park 3 times since they built that thing, and it's been broken down each time.
Yeah, that's when we went.
Yep. We went, and I went a different time, and it was still broken down. Like, guys, if you're gonna build a earth-shattering roller coaster and put it in your commercials, fix the dang ride.
Yeah, not only do that, but a ride that takes up maybe 1/3 of the park. Like the log jammer was just in that corner. This extends like into like the beer garden area. And you can't even do the wire that you take up there and they're like pull the string on 3, 2 and they pull it. Like you can't even go on that ride anymore because the steel curtain ride is right there too.
It's tough, and you know what? Fix it. Fix it right now. Go out there and fix it right now.
And the one time I was there,
Hollywood.
they had one train going, and I was just like, "What?" I've also noticed this about like theme park people. It's a very strange fan base, like very much like WWE, very much like Star Wars. Just like one little thing happens, and then the internet community like blows up and like has a swear fest about it.
It's so unfortunate that that's the first thing people do whenever something doesn't go their way.
Yeah,
Is just start losing their minds and swearing, especially people who are that like feverish about this stuff.
yeah, I know, but whatever. Yeah, I'll tell you what's not weird: the finalists.
You're right. Like, keep laughing, Sal.
What?
Laughing Sal, the big fat lady that goes. They better keep her. They can't get rid of her.
No,
Okay, you're right.
They'll never get rid of her. No.
Let's go back. Let's go back.
No, yeah, let's go back. All right, it's time. Dun 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 dun. The PPF versus the CTIC. Potato
It
patch
sounds like
fries, the winner of the savory meal, and the chocolate dipped ice cream, the winner of the sweet snack.
How do
Begin.
you feel about these winners?
Did you hear me? I was like, begin?
Do you feel like we made the right choices here?
Yes. I think I hate making obvious choices. I would want a Cinderella story, but these are the right choices. That's why they're number one.
I definitely agree with you because it's like, ice cream. Oh, this is tough because you're sweet, I'm savory. So, like, I feel like we have our favorites. Now it's just about convincing each other which one's best.
Yes. So I don't know. Let's start. So the potato patch fries is a classic and has been around Kennywood Park for a while. And you said there are options and variety. However, the chocolate dipped ice cream cone, it does have options and variety as well. Because you can either use Jimmy's or you can either use peanuts. You can have a cherry. You don't have to have a cherry. You don't even have to dip it in chocolate. You could just have it as it is.
That's true.
You can put it in a dish. Maybe. I don't know.
I'm sure they have options for that for the gluten-free folks.
Yeah. And then they even have a cherry on top and everything. Like you asked for 2 cherries. I think it does come with 2 cherries.
I think you're right.
Yeah.
I mean, it's iconic. It's so iconic, the ice cream, dude.
Yeah, but the potato patch fries are also super iconic. Like to a point that in advertising, it shut down the park for almost a day when they switched the cheese.
That's insane. It affected the bottom line of the park so much so that like 2 days later they replaced the cheese back to what it was.
Let me see a photo of this cone. Let me go on to, for how strange this is, the official Kennywood app.
While you're looking that up, I'm going to say that they need to bring back the pitfall and the kangaroo.
The kangaroo is there.
Oh, what? I thought they got rid of it.
No, they got rid of like the paratrooper and
Okay.
whatever was next to it.
Paratrooper can go. That's okay. All right, what you got there?
Okay, so it is at a place called the Golden Nugget.
That's it.
Here's the description. One of Kennywood's most recognizable stands. Golden Nugget has a simple menu for generations. A premier vanilla ice cream cone dipped in chocolate, then covered with your choice of sprinkles or crushed peanuts, or both, and topped with a cherry. And I quote, and they say this, so good.
I mean, it is so good. It's so delicious.
And let's go into the next one. The ice cream of the future continues to be a mainstay at Kennywood. Several Dippin' Dog carts can be found throughout the park.
God. Why, dude? You really wanted Dippin' Dots to win, didn't you?
I wanted them to at least have one win. Like, goddamn, they didn't get. They didn't go.
Who'd they lose to?
They lost to
They lost to Fudge.
Oh my god. So am I looking at the description for small fries or am I looking at the potato patch fries? Here we go. I'll do the potato patch one.
Okay.
And it says it like this. The world famous potato patch fries. Our signature fresh cut fries made from quality Idaho potatoes have made the potato patch and there's an R on there too. Like an R in a circle.
Ooh, okay. Trademarked.
The potato patch, one of the most iconic food offerings at any amusement park. Topping choices include cheddar cheese, bacon. You were right. Vinegar, brown gravy, and a variety of seasoning salts.
Told you, dude. There's a bunch of stuff you can put on there.
Yeah. Well, let me see the small fries one. Now I'm curious.
So we're gonna make small fries are like a little bit of a mascot here, maybe a like handicap mascot because they have gluten-free chicken tenders with their French fries that are stupendous.
Actually, the entire stand is 100% gluten free.
Which is out. That's amazing. Like that's why they're our little mascot because they would win in any gluten-free community.
Yeah. Okay, so back to after reading those descriptions on the official Kennywood app, which I still don't believe is a thing. So after hearing those descriptions, what is more popular, I guess, with the community of Pittsburgh and Kennywood goers?
I've always seen a line at the potato patch. I've seen lines at the cone place too, actually. Dang it.
We got to come to a decision. And every time I want to say we have an obvious answer, we don't.
I know, because I even want to say cone. Like, I feel like I don't get it every time I'm there, but when I do get it, it's a treat. But I feel like when I'm at Kennywood, I have to get potato patch French fries no matter what.
Yeah. Okay. Let's say this. You're given $50 from your parents. I'll just begin both of them anyways.
Yeah. Let's say you've been given $15.
Okay. $15. That's fair. Am I starving or am I like, or do I want ice cream?
I'm going back to the where the picnic place is at and getting me some chip chopped ham barbecue.
So the potato patch fries, they're messy, but they're not as messy though.
It's true. Either way, it's going to be messy though, because remember you were eating your ice cream and the chocolate was falling over the place.
Yeah. I wonder if there is a dish for it, or they'll laugh at me. I don't know.
It's hard to say. We got to go and try it out, I guess.
So we're in overtime right now. So like in this game of food, we're in overtime.
They're dunking on each other. They're alley-ooping in. They're hitting those threes, both of them.
Who's gonna make the last basket? It is Duke versus North Carolina. We're in the finals. And
sorry, go ahead.
No, go ahead.
I was gonna say one thing positive and one thing negative about potato patch.
Okay. One thing positive. I was gonna be like negative, the cashiers.
They are a little bit weird. Of course, I would be too if I was getting destroyed all day.
Okay, one thing positive. It's iconic. Cheese and bacon, I can't go wrong. I didn't even know about the other combos. I'd have to try the vinegar one.
That's pretty good.
The negative, it's not fun to eat on a hot day.
Fair, yeah. And it's expensive.
It is expensive. You go now.
For potato patch, I agree with you. Like, it's great. It's delicious. Sometimes, yeah, if it's 90 degrees in the summer and you're like, I want to go ride a roller coaster after eating this, you're going to have to wait because your belly sometimes, we're in our 30s now. I don't know about you. I can't ride things after eating potato patch. I got to wait a minute.
Do you think you could finish the whole thing in one sitting now?
I know I used to. I don't know. I feel like I can now.
That's something, because if you don't finish the whole thing, you got to throw the rest of it away. There's no takeout containers.
That's true. Well, with the cone, you're going to finish that bad boy.
You are going to finish it, and it's delicious. It's like, there's protein in it too. There's peanuts.
I think we're leading in a different direction here. I'm thinking the cone is kind of taking a couple more shots here.
Yeah. But what's a negative about the cone?
It's messy and sticky.
It is messy and sticky. works on a hot day, not on a cold day, but it works on a hot day.
I was gonna say, like, I don't know about you. When I think of Kennywood, I do think summertime. You can get potato patch French fries anytime. Like you can get it in the fall during their Fright Fest. But I don't know for this bracket. I'm thinking summertime. What about you?
I'm thinking summertime. So let me see. Are iconic chocolate dipped cones or let's see. Where is it at? There it is. Or world famous potato patch fries. That's tough. Like iconic versus world famous.
Mr. Worldwide.
Mr. Worldwide. I'm gone.
Just say it. Say whatever one you're thinking.
I think I'm thinking potato patch fries.
I'm thinking the cone. Oh my gosh.
God, we have reversed roles.
No, you know what? Okay, I'm gonna go with you with potato patch. I feel like they could go to a tie. This game could be tied, and they could both win. But like by the narrowest of margins, potato patch fries is gonna have to pull that out.
Yes, the PPF. Ladies and gentlemen, we have found our winner, even though it was obvious from the beginning. But that ice cream cone really had us debating and everything. So the potato patch fries ends up winning the Kennywood Food March Madness tournament.
That was fun. I really love breaking down their food.
Me too. I think this is going to start turning into a food podcast, if I'm being honest.
Well, it's disappointing. Like I love Permane Brothers. I have to go there when I'm in Pittsburgh, but I don't think of Permane Brothers when I think about Kennywood Park. So like in any other situation, Permane's would probably go a little bit further than it did. And that's why I like talking about this stuff, because it's like we can kind of get both of our views in here.
No, it was a very good debate. I mean, we both had each other convinced like chocolate cone was going to win it, but like
there's just it's potato patch.
It's potato patch. Like we have to pick it. It is the Phantom's Revenge. It is potato patch. I don't know what Kennywood themed March Madness thing we're going to do next year, but it'll be like Kennywood characters. It'll be like, who do you like, Jeter or Kenny?
I actually wrote down all of the names
of all the characters.
Yes. I won't get into all of them because you guys already know, like Colonel Bimbo Fraudwater or Austin Jeters. Did you know that they had two characters named Cookie Eater or Purple Monster, and then there was Great Giant Bird or Yellow Bird?
Who the hell is Colonel Bimbo Fraudwater?
They brought him back this year for some like celebration. Like he's going to be in their like opening parade. He is like from the 70s, 60s or 70s, just some crazy looking like dude.
Oh my God. That is ridiculous.
What about Parker the Arrow?
Well, I didn't know it had a name.
No. You didn't know it had a name? Parker the Arrow?
No, I thought it was just the arrow with a face.
Oh. And then Kenny Kangaroo.
Kenny Kangaroo, of course.
That's all my stuff I got, buddy.
Okay, Colonel Bimbo Fraudwater.
It sounds so like it should be like you're making fun of somebody, then Fraudwater pops in and you're like, wait, I don't understand this name.
Well, congratulations to the winner, the Potato Patch Fries. Congratulations to the follow-up, which is the chocolate dipped ice cream cone. Who do you think came in third place? Do you think it was the corn dog, or do you think it was fudge?
I feel like fudge. We were really craving on fudge right there.
We were craving on fudge. So, fudge, if this is fantasy football, you've won at least $30.
Congratulations. You broke even.
And thank you for listening to us. And if you want to see the bracket online, I'll go ahead and post it. Not with the results. You make your own bracket. And so you can find us on @BoysInTheBerg on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. And then if you want to listen to other episodes, we are on Spotify and Apple Podcasts. And give us a 5-star review. Leave us some comments. Thank you for the comment you left, JJ, about the fish sandwiches and everything.
Oh, hey, you're welcome.
Yeah, so I'd like to see more comments there, and we'll definitely got some fun stuff happening in the future, and excited to talk about that.
Yeah, we're not gonna make any promises yet, but we're hopefully gonna have some really fun stuff coming up here.
Yep. So I've been Chris,
I've been JJ.
and we'll see Yuns real soon.